It's your boy Ryan Fowles coming back to you with another YouTube video, and I'm playing the game Madden 23, and I'm doing a Philadelphia Eagles franchise, and I'm versing the Detroit Lions. If you're new to the stream, don't forget to comment, like, thumbs up, subscribe. Thank you. Peace. Let's go.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Ford Field. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Detroit gets set to go on offense, and it will be the seventh-year pro out of Cal, Jared Goff, leading the attack in his second season as a Lion. Right to the air, here is Goff. Flush to his right, and his first pass is incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Goff. Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On the return is Scott. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Now, for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts got the green light as a starter from the Philly organization and took really good steps as the next in line of mobile quarterbacks in the city, following names like Michael Vick, Donovan McNabb, and Randall Cunningham. He led the team in all quarterbacks in the NFL in rushing, and he took Philadelphia to the postseason while throwing for over 3,000 yards.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Hurts. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Back deep is DJ Chark. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Lions will take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It was Brandon Graham that came in there and got it.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away. Scott to return it. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
He'll hit Watkins on the crossover. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A 1st down and then some, 36 yards.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back on into the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Hurts sets up to throw. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right out, and they pick up a 1st down.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Once again with Sanders. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. Throwing is Hurts. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this.
We get 3 points for troubles.
We'll remind you that coming up tonight, the first Sunday nighter of the new season. And how about this for a matchup? The Buccaneers and the Cowboys from Dallas, 8:20 Eastern. Then tomorrow, Monday night, just one game here in Week 1 this year. And it'll pit the Broncos and Seahawks as Russell Wilson makes his Bronco debut. And, of course, where is it? Seattle. A coincidence? We'll let you decide. 2nd and 10. Goff again. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Goff now looks to throw. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. On the move past the 40. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, his first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But let's have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Oh, that's in the double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Amani Oruwariye. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Well, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On 2nd and 9, Goff. And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Parker, I think this is going to ride very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Pretty fortunate there, the interception that ended the last drive, and then boom, the first pass here almost picked on this drive.
Yeah, I think you could definitely call him the question is decision-making here in the first half.
Certainly not the best of decisions there. Lucky that one wasn't picked. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Hurts. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. One heck of a 3rd down conversion, 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. First throw taken in by Watkins here. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. It'll be a gain of 2. And speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Hurts. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
The The kick by Elliott is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here come the Lions now.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play, right?
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked by the former Lion, Darius Slay. And the Eagles are going to take possession.
Nice.
Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum. This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles have regained the lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put it into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll make this a 6-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. We'll leave him shy of the 20-yard line. Getting set to go now.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Oh, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Goff now looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Goff throwing again. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 36, Goff. Over the middle, it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And Sharp pulls it in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. Badgley's kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've reached halftime here. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Going, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box, establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced. Either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. And the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
For once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
From the 50, it's gone. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Set the Lions rookie record with 912 receiving yards, and over 60% of those came in the final 6 games of the season. He got better and better as the campaign rolled on. And when they went to him like he was their top receiver, he produced like it as well. And he certainly earned that spot here in his second year, and he gets a first down for Detroit. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, here's Goff. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Eagles will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. An option handoff given to Sanders. And no room that
time, getting it to about the 46. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And this is caught by Watkins. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously, he is real short of the first. It's a gain of 4. And a 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
Complete. Smith has it. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on down. And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
After review of the play,
So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd. Gone. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Part of their struggles in the first half was their inability to convert consistently on 3rd down. But how about this well-designed play? Gave himself plenty of options and able to get the hook up and keep the drive going.
On first down, gone. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say, that was a game-saving play.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Goff, a handoff here to Swift. Trying to find a lane, but he... to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. There's Goff. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell.
Still 2nd down.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. To throw is gone. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 18. A gain there of 21 yards. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. St. Brown over the middle. And the Lions are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner. We watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team.
And in for the Lions touchdown. Jamal Williams from 4 yards out. And the Lions have taken a fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. But they need their best drive of the game right here. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Running right, here's Sanders. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Here's Hurts to throw. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
This is Smith with the ground. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be marked out at about the 26-yard line. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Back to throw. This will be caught once again by Brown. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Back to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown from 8 yards out. And the Eagles answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and 0 relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. Oh, good return up past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here's Goff and the Lions. Down 20-17. Less than 90 seconds to go. Goff now to throw. And that's caught by Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now it's gone. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Goff. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Now gone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So here comes a very important kick now from Michael Badgley. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I were going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. The first team to score wins the game.
So conditioning going to be a factor here. Who can hold up to the test? It's overtime here in week 1. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the... It's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. What a gigantic interception here in the first drive of overtime. And now, Charles, with where they're at in the field, I mean, they're already in field goal range to win this thing.
And the head coach is just talking to the special teams coordinator right now and saying, okay, where does he want the ball positioned? Because that's all you're going to do on offense. Move it to that spot. Make sure you take care of the football. And probably third down, kick the field goal, and try to win this game.
It's a second down run with Sanders. They get 6. That'll leave them with 34. And I know you with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here.
And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.
Holding offense.
Wow, Charles, that doesn't just take points off the board. That takes a win off the board.
So now you have to regroup because you've gone from celebrating what you think is a win to trying to figure out how to do it again and make it a win.
And this is caught. That's Watkins. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Throwing is Hurts. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. So it's the Eagles who get the win here. And the guy who really led the way was their quarterback, CD, and that's Jalen Hurts.
We get the win in exciting overtime. Woo! If you're new to the stream, don't forget to comment, like, thumbs up, subscribe. Thank you.
But they get the touchdown in overtime to secure the Week 1 victory. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the